Hello my dear student, welcome to Nagesh Karasgi Orchid School channel. Myself Hina Patel, going to teach you 5th standard mathematics. Already we had started with the lesson decimal and its applications. We had learned about the decimals. Slowly we are going in the depth of the chapter. Now we will learn how to change the decimal into fraction or fraction into decimal form. So we will go for some more examples so you will understand the concept of this. So we will see here simplifications of a fractions in a possible. If possible, we have to simplify. The word simplify means it should be to the lowest term. Lowest term means, you know, already we had learned in the fractionless chapter. We are having here in the decimal, first we have to convert the given decimal into fraction. Then if it is possible, the word is simplify, we have to reduce it by a division. Reduce means it is nothing but an division. And then if we are getting a simplified fraction here and which is an improper fraction, then we have to convert into mixed fraction. We will see some examples here which are given here. First example I will explain, then we will go for the second example. 1.625. 1.625, which is first what we had learned before class. One of the how to write, first we have to write all the numbers which are there in a numerator. Converting of a fraction decimal into fractions we had seen in the previous class. Same we have to follow all the steps and we have to simplify. So 1625 upon the number of digits after the decimal, that numbers of 0, it should be followed by that number of zeros. So we have to write as 1. We are having 3 digits, so we write as 30. Now we had already learned the test of divisibility. You have to apply here the test of divisibility and try to reduce it. So when it is in the ones place 5, that number is always divisible by 5, or when it is 0 in ones place, so that number is also divisible by 5. So we had seen that it will be more long method of division. We will check with directly or 25. So we will divide by 25. Is this number is divisible by 25? Yes, it is divisible by 25. So we are getting as a 65 upon 40. 65 upon 40. So we are getting this 65 upon 40 after dividing it by 25. Now if again it is reducible, if it is possible to reduce or it is possible to simplify, again we have to simplify. Again we are having 5 and 0 in the ones place, so it is divisible by 5. So we are dividing 65 by 5 and 40 by 5. Just you have to take the care that the number which you are taking for as a division, that should be divided on numerator as well as in a denominator. So 65 divided 5, 5, you know 13 5s are 65, and 40 divided 5 means, you know, 8 5s are 40. So we are getting the fraction as 13 upon 8. Now it's an improper fraction, so we have tried to convert into an mixed fraction which gives as 1 whole 5 upon 8. We will see the example which is given as what we have to take. First step, first we have to write the number in a numerator which is followed by 1. Number of digits after the decimal point is 2, so it should be written as 2. Now we have to see, can we divide this number by 4? Yes. 204 divided by 100. Sorry, we will write here divide by 4, divide by 4. You know what is the divisibility rule of 4? That it should be the last digit or last two digits should be actually divide by 4 and gives a remainder as in 0. Now, if you want to do a practical, you can do the practical division. If you want to write directly, that also I will show both the method. Here 204 divided by 4, we will see practical method. Here 204 divided by 4. 4 5s are 20. Why I am writing with a small handwriting? Because it's my rough work. 4 1s are 4. So what I am getting? 51. Another method, when it is in the form of a division, we write in the form of upon. That is, it should be in the denominator. If we reduce 4 1s are 4 5s are 20 and 4 1s are. Both the answer will be the same. Which method you can understand, that method you can apply and you can find out the correct answer. So here I will do this method which is easy for me. So I will write here 51 upon 100 by 4, that also I will show you. 100 upon 4. So 4 1s are 4 2s are 8 to the left here. So it is 4 5s are 20. What I am getting is 25. Or we can divide this practically. 100, 4 2s are 8. So this will be 2. Get your 0 down. 4 5s are 20. So what is quotient? 25. So both are correct. So in this way we have to find out after reducing or after dividing both the denominator and the numerator with the same number. Now if it is possible, like here it was possible to reduce. If it is possible, we have to reduce, but we are getting such a number that it is not reducible. So it is 51 upon 25, or we can say 51 by 25. Now can you say it is a proper or improper fraction? Yes, it is an improper fraction. So we have to convert it into mixed fraction. So we will do practically division here and we will try to convert this improper fraction to mixed fraction. 25 2s are 50, here will be 1. How to write, you know very well, because many questions we had solved here in the chapter fraction. So we will write whatever in the remainder should be written, and the numerator write the denominator as it is, and whatever is the quotient should be written as an whole. So it is 2 whole 1 upon 25 or 2 whole 1 by 25. Now to check this, whatever answer I got is correct or not in a mixed fraction, you know this should be multiply and numerator should be added. 25 2s are 50 plus 1 is 51. What we are having the denominator is 25, so it is 25. This I had told you just to understand this, no need to write the sign over there. So I think so you understood, because one example is already I had explained. One example we had tried to solve. We will see one more example here. We will write the whatever the numbers are there, we will write in a numerator. So here is 9 0 0 5, write 1 followed by the number of digits after the decimal. We are having 1 2 3 digit, 1 2 and 3. Nothing we had done, just we had used the rules steps to convert the decimal into an fraction form. Now is possible to reduce? We will see. Is possible to reduce? Yes, it is possible by 5 here, because we are having in the 1's place 5, here we are having 0. So we will try to reduce by 5. I will show you in detail, because it is directly I have taken Here I will show you how many steps will be there for this. 9005 divided by 5. Here is 1000 divided by 5. Now you want to do directly, otherwise we will try to all students can understand. 9005 divided by 5. 5 ones are 5. 4 is left. Get 0 down. 5 8s are 40. 0. Get 0 down. 0 and get 5 down. This 5 ones are 5. Otherwise we can do this. I will just rub and then I will show you. 5. 5 ones are 5. 9 minus 5, 4 is left. I will write here small 4. So it is 40. 8 5s are 40. Write 0 as it is and 5 ones are. So both the answers are same. So both the way we can reduce it and we have to find out. Now what is our quotient is 1801 upon 1000 divided by 5. I will show directly now. 1000 divided by 5. 5 ones are 5 twos are 10 and 2 zeros. It is 200. So now 1801 upon 200. Now I have to think again, can I reduce? Is possible to reduce? If it is possible, I have to reduce by 2 or 3 steps. No, not a problem. But here we are having such a numbers in the ones place that we are unable to use any test of divisibility. So we can say that this fraction what we got is an improper fraction, and directly we will try to find out in a mixed form, that is 1801 divided by 200. Now this division, it is very easy, and if you don't understand, I will explain in detail. Here we are having 3 digit. We have to first consider 3 digit. It's possible? No, because we are having here 118. We are having here 200. So we will try to consider 4 digit together. Now when we are having here 0, so it will be more easy to multiply or divide. So what we have to do? We have to consider only 2, and we will see here 2 digit. 2 9s are 18. I will rub this 18, and 9 zeros are 0. If you don't understand, I will show you here. 200 multiplied by 9. This you know very well. 9 zeros are 0. 9 zeros are 0. 9 twos are 18. What I have written is the same. Now do the subtraction here. 1 0 0 0. What is in the remainder is 1, which will be written 1. This is our denominator 200, and what we got as a quotient should be written as a whole. So it is 9 whole 1 upon 200. If you want to check, you can say 9 twos are 1800 plus 1 is 1800 and 1 upon 200. Means our answer is correct. So the word simplify means we have to make into very lowest term by an simplification of the given decimal by a same number should be divided on numerator as well as in a denominator. So it is possible to reduce. We have to reduce to its lowest term. It may be take 2 times or 3 times or division, and we can find out the lowest term in the mixed fraction when it is an improper fraction is given to us. Now we will learn some new topic, that is equivalent decimal. You know equivalent fraction, you know like fraction, you know unlike fraction. Now we will learn equivalent decimals, like decimals, unlike decimals, type of decimals. All are the type of decimals. One is equivalent decimal, like decimal and unlike decimal. You have to remember this, and how we can write this all the decimal in the form, different form, we will see one by one. Now we will see equivalent decimal. What is equivalent decimal? You can see by seeing the figure, you can find out what it is. Here it is given 3/10. The whole sheet, I can say the small paper sheet is divided into 10 parts. Out of this the 3 parts are colored, so it is written as 3/10. That always we write the shaded portion or used portion, that we write in the numerator. So only 3 parts are shaded, we write here 3 in the numerator and the 10 in the denominator. Why? Because it is divided into 10 equal parts. The word is equal. Now another paper sheet we are having, that same size paper sheet which is divided into 100 square, means it is 10 vertically and 10 horizontally it is divided, so it is total is 100. Now out of this 100, how many parts are shaded? Yes, here is 1, 2 and 3, but in one line there are the 10 numbers of square, so we multiply and it is 10, 10 and 10, so it is 10, 20 and 30. So total is 10. How many lines? 3. 3 multiplied by 10 is 30. So here we can say 30 parts are shaded of the given sheet which is divided into 100 equal parts. Here shaded portion is, it is divided this 100 into again 10 vertically and 10 horizontally into 1000 parts. So out of this 1000, again one line is having 100, so there are 3 lines which will be 100, 200 and 300. So 300 squares are shaded, so we write in the numerator, and the 1000 which are the number of parts it is equally divided is 1000, so we write in a denominator. Now this, you can see some similarity between these all the figures. The sign is given equal, equal. Why? Here it is the same size of a sheet is divided into different part, but size is the same. Here it is divided into 10, but out of that only the 3 parts are shaded. Here it is divided into 100, but only 3 parts are shaded. Here it is divided into 1000, here also only 3 parts are shaded. But we don't know how many internal parts it is divided, here also how many internally it is divided. So we had find out and we had tried to write this number of shaded parts in the fraction form. So we had written this all the figures shaded portion in a fraction form. Now this fraction should be converted into the decimal. So you know 3/10 already, you know converting the fraction into decimal. We have learned the 3 steps you have to follow. Write the number which are there in the numerator, write the number of zeros is 1, so leave the 1 digit and put the decimal point. Here write the number, write 30, number of zeros are 2, so leave the 2 digit from the right hand side and put the decimal point. Here the same, here we are having the number of zeros are 3, leave the 3 and put the decimal point. So here we can say 0.3, 0.30 and 0.300 are an equivalent decimal. Again my dear student, I will say you after the decimal the number which are there after the decimal is 3. Here also after the decimal is 3. Here after the decimal is 3. After the 3, the number of zeros get increased, the value doesn't change. Here we are don't have any zeros. Here is 3. Here we are having 1 0. So it is 3 0. We are having after the decimal we are having 2 zeros. So it is 3 0 0. The word is equivalent, means all are equal. Means in short we can say after the decimal if the numbers are similar but number of zeros after the decimals have less or more, the fraction, the decimal are unequal. That is known as equivalent decimals. So my dear student, you understood what are an equivalent decimal because already it is given as sign as equal. So all the sheets which are given to us are equal. So we can say as an equivalent decimal. Find the equivalent decimals. Is the given number is an equivalent decimal or not? So now only I told that after the decimal the number should be if equal. If it is 0.6, here we are having 0.6, then we can say it is equal, but we don't have here, it is 0.06, value changes, so these both are not equal, or we can say they are not equivalent to each other. We will here 5.63, here we are having 5.630. After this decimal is 63, here also we 63, here is 10. If here we can write here 2 zeros also, the value will not change because before 2 minutes we had seen with some grid the example, so you understood what is the meaning of an equivalent decimal. So we will see one by one, then it will be more easy to understand. Is the here 0.6, here we are having, so it is not an equivalent decimal, it's a not, I can say by putting this, not an equivalent decimal. Here 0.63, but after that number of zeros are increasing, the value doesn't change, so we can say it is an equivalent decimal. Now third one, you will help me to solve, is this given decimal is an equivalent or not. Here is 0.01, here is 0.001, so value changes, so we can say is not an equivalent decimal. So hope so my dear student, you understood how we can find out, because I had given with some example, so it was more easy to understand with the degree that which are an equivalent and which are not equivalent. We have to consider the numbers, or that after the decimal what are the numbers we are having, that is known as, and by comparing that we can find out which are an equivalent decimals. Now what are like decimals? Already I had showed you some triangular form, the types of decimals. So we had learned one is equivalent, like decimals, and then we will learn unlike decimals. What are like decimals? You can see some tree diagram. So you can find out the 1 decimal place, 2 decimal place and 3 decimal place. Here we are having 5757, that decimal is here, if you put here the decimal 5.7, here is 13.4, after the decimal there is 1 digit, after the decimal there is a 1 digit, here also we are having a 1 digit, so it is written as a 1 decimal place, after that 1 only, so we can say it is a like decimal. Means in short we can say after the decimal point, if there are a similar number of digits, my word is digit not a number, so so that decimal can be said as a like decimal. Here we are having 5.74 and here we are having 13.41. Here two decimal places, means after the decimal there are two places, 41, here is 74. But before this we have to not consider, we can read it as the 5.74, we can read as 13.41. Here after the decimal there are two digits or two places, here also two places, so we can say it is a two decimal places. Here 5.743, here is 13.412. Here after the decimal there are three digits, here also three digits or three places, so we can say the like decimal. In short, what we can say, two decimals are called to be like decimals if the number of digits after the decimal in both the number are equal. Both the number means this both the number, you can see this both the number, or you can this. Why it is both the number? Because we are considering it, so we have to consider the number of digits after the decimal. If I give some more digits, 3, here is 1, 2 only, if I give 3 to 4, then also you can find out how to write it's a like decimal or it is unlike. What you will compare? You will compare in the after the decimal how many digits are there. Here we are having one place, so it should be one place here. If every decimal number is having after the decimal one place, then we can say it is like decimal. So we had seen with the three different example, one decimal places, here is two decimal places, here we had seen three decimal places, means after decimal if there is three digit, here also three digit. If another number is also having a three digits, then we can say that all are like decimals. In short, you have to remember this, the two decimals are said or called like decimals if the number of digits after the decimal in both the numbers are equal. So here we had learned about the like decimal. We will see in the next class what are the unlike decimal. Hope so, my dear student, we had today covered how to convert of decimal into fraction, then what are equivalent fraction, what are like fraction by having examples. So hope so you understood this concept. Try to solve similar examples which are given in the textbook, so your concept will be more clear to you. Thank you very much.